My grandkids were told I wasn't their real grandma because I adopted their dad, so I taught the family what life without me is really like. I adopted my son when he was 11 years old. He has been bounced through 4 foster homes before me, and I remember the way he looked at the adoption papers when I finally got the judge to sign off, like they might evaporate if he blinks. He is 34 now with 2 kids of his own, a 7-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. I raised that boy through everything. The nightmares, the first girlfriend, the college dropout scare, the wedding where I sit in the front row and cry like it is my job. I spent 23 years being his mother. I document everything, by the way. Photo albums, report cards, every single Mother's Day card he ever made me. I keep receipts of my proudest accomplishment, raising my son. However, his birth mother resurfaces about 5 years ago. She was absent his entire childhood, shows up maybe twice when he is in foster care, just to delay the adoption process. Then she vanishes completely. But suddenly my son is successful, has a nice house, beautiful kids, and look who is knocking on the door with tears and apologies. I try to be gracious about it. I really do. My son wants to give his biological mom a chance. He says his wife thinks a boy should know his mother, and I understand that even if it makes my chest tight every time she walks into a room. His biological mom starts calling herself the real grandma almost immediately. At first it is subtle, little comments here and there. Then she starts telling the grandkids that I am not blood family. My granddaughter came over to my place for a visit and asks me, "Grandma, why do you pretend to be related to us?" I feel my hands go cold, but I just smile and say, "I don't pretend anything, sweetheart. I'm your grandma and I'll always love you." I start keeping notes after that. Dates, quotes, screenshots of texts whenever that woman undermines me. Is it obsessive? Maybe. Is it necessary? Absolutely. She brings extravagant gifts every visit, iPads for the 5-year-old, and takes them on trips to amusement parks on school nights. She tells the kids that real family spoils you. Then she tells my granddaughter that I bought my son because I couldn't have my own kids, like he's a purchase and I'm some savage who could buy a person, like love is a transaction. My granddaughter asks me, "Did you buy daddy?" And I have to explain adoption to a child who now thinks her father was chosen during a shopping trip. I ask to speak to my son privately and show him everything, the notes, the texts, all of it. He says, "Look, I don't want to rock the boat. Mom's really fragile right now." "Since when did you start calling her mom?" I ask him. I know he carries guilt about her abandoning him and wants to believe she's changed. The final straw comes at my granddaughter's 7th birthday party. I bake the cake myself, chocolate with raspberry filling because it's her favorite. My son's birth mother shows up 2 hours late with an expensive professionally made cake, twice the size of mine. When it's time for photos, she announces, "Real family photo time," and physically moves me out of frame. My son just stands there. I look at the boy I raise, and he looks at the floor. So I stop showing up and offering my help. I don't make announcements for school plays, birthdays, or even holidays. I just vanish. My son and his biological mom can learn to handle everything alone. It breaks my heart at first when they don't seem to mind. However, very soon my son's proper mom learns that showing up with expensive gifts is very different from showing up at 6 in the morning with medicine. My son tells me she lasts 3 weeks before she stops answering calls. She forgets my grandson's doctor appointment. She shows up to pick up my granddaughter from school an hour late, and the little girl is crying in the office alone. My son calls after a month, sounding exhausted. "Mom, the kids are asking about you." I say, "They have their real grandma." Then I hang up. The call that breaks me comes 2 months in. My son is crying and he tells me, "One of your grandchildren asked if you were dead, and that's why you stopped loving them." 3 days later, his birth mother shows up at my door with both kids. She says, "You're also their grandmother, I suppose." I take my grandkids inside and close the door in her face.